Just a reminder how both teams got there. For Spain, they had to, of course, get past Germany and then France to set up the final with England. But much tougher for Gareth Southgate's side, obviously. Got through Switzerland on penalties. And then that late winner of Ollie Watkins sets them up then to take on Spain on Sunday. Dani Olmo has been talking about the match. Groundbreaking stuff here. I think the best two teams reach the final. It's always like this in a tournament. The ones who win the most are in the final.
Yeah, sure.
It's the same in this tournament this year. Julien Laurens, Juls, this is like you writing.
That's not fair.
Hey!
Hey!
Of course. Is he right? These are the best two teams?
I mean, Spain for sure. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Not just the best team, but the team that played the best football. The team that is really fun to watch, the most fun to watch. I'm not sure if England have really been the second best team in this tournament, but they found their way to get there. It hasn't been easy, it hasn't been straightforward. But the most important, regardless of who is the best team or not, is that both of them are in the final, and over a single game, anything is possible.
That's what you pretty much say, isn't it, Frank? With regards to a final, it doesn't matter how you got there.
Oh, yeah, that's the most important thing. That's a very political comment that Dani Olmo did.
Yes.
Yeah, and, well, he has the right to say it, but we have the right to think differently. But overall, yeah, England is in the final, and if they win, they're going to be the best. And that's how you define, history, and that's what it is. Nobody's going to remember what Germany, for example, did at the beginning of the tournament, how good Spain were. If England wins, that's what you're going to remember in a decade.
Yeah, Germany are probably the second best team, yeah, Shane? Very fair if we're talking best team.
Yeah, listen, without question, and I think to Dani Olmo's point, once the group stages are done, I think the best team from either half of the bracket has now found its way into the final. But as we've established, one half of the bracket was a whole lot easier than the other. So that aside, and again, while to Frank's point, what Dani Olmo has to say really is a politician's answer in a tournament where we've had players come out and make statements that other players could pin up on the notice board and use. Yeah. This is the sensible thing. This is what we would have done in our day. Nobody goes out making ridiculous statements.
Well, unless you're French.
But in that kind of tournament, this is exactly what the doctor ordered from a Spanish point of view. Say something which means absolutely nothing. Dani Olmo got that right, at least.
Anything you'd like to add?
Nope.
He's very happy.
Jules, we heard Dani Olmo talking as well that it's going to feel like an away match for them because the majority of the tickets will be English. Yeah,
so officially, I mean, each team has 10,000 tickets given by UEFA to their federation, so the Spanish Federation, the English Federation, to then sell on to their own fans. But you can obviously buy tickets outside of your FA, and I think a lot of English people, English fans have already done that. We know there's a lot of flights coming over now, tonight, and also tomorrow all day and Sunday from England, that all the hotels have almost sold out here in Berlin because of all the English fans. So there will be a lot of them. We're thinking between 100,000 and 150,000. Not all of them will have tickets, but I think a lot of them are traveling here to be here in case England finally wins something. Because Dan, we should all remind you, and Maka obviously, that it's been a long time that you haven't won anything. For Frank and I, it's a bit different. We win all the time. So,
How long's it
been? For you two, you two should come over here as well.
How long's it been, Jules?
Too long.
58 years?
How much of a difference does it make having the majority of the fans on the side? Does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes a great deal of difference, no, because there's going to be a lot of...
Euro 96 it must have, no?
No, but Euro 96, as the home nation, I think it is overwhelmingly making a difference. But England played the Netherlands in the last round, and the Netherlands had the majority of the crowd because it was so close, of course, to get to Germany. So I don't think it'll matter a lot. They're noisier, but they always are noisier. They'll always travel more than the Spanish because English fans will travel more than the Spanish. But I don't think it'll play a major part. In the end, it's the fans are not playing on the pitch, are they? If Spain scored early, the fans will be quiet. It's as simple as that. And that's what you have to do when you have an away game or a tough game for your country away from home or a tough Champions League game. You have to quieten the crowds down. There's going to be no difference to the Spanish.
The best example is Liverpool against Real Madrid in Paris, where the amount of English fans it was huge, and Liverpool lost. So it's. It's good for the fans. It doesn't,
mean anything, does
it's
it?
nice in the meaning of it.
Right.
But
effect on the pitch, it doesn't. Do you agree, Shay?
I think it plays a little bit of a difference, and the only reason I say that is because you ask anybody, do you prefer to have a majority of fans or minority of fans in a stadium? Everybody goes majority.
Yeah.
So it plays a part, but ultimately, what you do on the pitch is obviously what determines you.
In the World Cup final, did it make a difference?
Exactly. And
played the
just so you know, we did not make any political comment, but we were happier to play against Brazil than the Netherlands. Yeah.
Also,
but I think the Netherlands were better.
because you were at home, of course, how many majority of fans did you have because you were at home?
I
mean,
remember in the
was it
corner,
big?
we saw the Brazilian fans. You could see them because of the yellow color.
Yeah, of course.
So we could see them. I think they were maybe, I would say 15,000 maybe.
Okay.
And
so you had a significant amount.
yeah,
because you were
yeah.
at
But
home.
you have to know that you have lots of comps or people paying, with companies and everything. So you have neutral fans as well.
Yeah.
But I would say, we had 50,000 fans.
Yeah.
2 days to go until the final. Maybe a little desperate for content. Let's get Jules combined 11, shall we? Between England and Spain going into the match in Berlin. Take us through it, Jules.
Yeah, so this one is based on the current form, right? This is how those players have. Thank you again for the photo. I love that photo. My man would love that photo.
Oh, yeah.
It was a long time ago, Frank. A long time.
Yeah.
Well, that's a compliment.
He looks like
I was still handsome.
Bodeween Zenz.
Never
Remember
handsome.
Zenz? He played for Holland. He looks like him.
And then, yeah.
With that quiff.
Right, let's get back to the team and the most important thing, right? So this is the form. So the current form of those players. So Pickford in goal because, especially on penalties, I think he would be added value compared to Unai Simon. Carvajal at right back. Cucurella left back because Cucurella especially suddenly has hit a form that none of us would have expected before the tournament. John Stones is there centre back, and I went for Laporte simply because I think Gueye could have been there. Gueye was suspended for one game. Laporte didn't play the third game against Croatia, but Laporte faced probably tougher opposition, as we've been saying, in that side of the draw. Then the midfield three, so I've decided to go with Dani Olmo as a false nine because neither Morata or Kane are really fancied. The two young Spanish wingers make a lot of sense. And then in midfield, having Dani Olmo slightly higher up meant I could have Fabian Ruiz and Rodri, who've been outstanding for Spain, and Kobbie Mainoo, because I really like the 3 games that Kobbie Mainoo started for England.
He didn't take Gareth Southgate as a coach.
He didn't take Gareth Southgate either. I assume everyone kind of agrees with that. Yeah.
According to that, it'll be about 6-0.
Come on.
It's got 2 English players to the 9 Spanish and Spanish manager.
Do you disagree, Shank? With
No, I don't.
No,
I would have chosen Gueye instead of Laporte. I think Gueye had a tremendous part of what England was capable of doing defensively. I think he's a good surprise from the English squad.
Do you know what's interesting, though? If you were to do a combined 11 at the start of the tournament, it would look absolutely different to that. And what if I've done one already for us to have a look at?
Sure.
Let's take a look at this.
I'm pretty sure that
Look at this combined 11.
Look at that picture.
Yes, beautiful. Like you've got
What a
Carvajal.
photo.
Carvajal and Rodri. Don't you start, Jules. That's it, isn't it? And I think that's probably fair.
So again, it's 2 to
Yeah, for sure Cucurella wouldn't have...
Cucurella's not there, is it? Trippier is there.
You picked this before the tournament started.
No, if we were... no, why would
No,
I
he
do
did that yesterday.
When did you do this? This is a mad team.
But I did this morning
Trippier.
because this is what you would have, wouldn't it?
No.
Why? Who would you have? You'd have
You did it this morning.
You'd have Cucurella over him. This is
Yes.
if you were to pick it at the start of the tournament.
Before any football
Cucurella
is played.
before the competition.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put
You'd have
before.
Trippier.
Why, if you've done it at the start of the tournament, why wouldn't you put Luke Shaw in it then? If
Because he was injured. He was injured.
Luke Shaw's
He hasn't played well at all.
Luke Shaw's not going to
Trippier.
start, is he, on Sunday?
He hasn't
It'll
played
be
well at
Trippier.
all, Trippier.
Yes, but he's played better than Cucurella.
No, you are off a bad faith.
Ronaldo
You're really
then,
off a bad
That's a
faith.
mad
Ronaldo
story.
then.
Say again?
No.
No, but he's not playing on
No,
Sunday,
Grimaldo,
is he?
if we follow your logic,
Yeah.
He's not
if
going to
you
be in the
follow your
starting
logic
11.
about at the start of the tournament,
At the start, you picked it today, but it was supposed to be for the
follow
start
your
of
logic,
the tournament.
at the start of the tournament.
My point is
Yeah,
that on
Grimaldo-
paper, in theory, this England team going into this tournament was so much stronger, wasn't it?
Yes.
than Spain.
Now, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
How could you put Trippier at left back when he's never played?
Because
it's
Cody's
English
overcooked
bias.
left. Right, is it we have
So if I can have a word, it's either Trippier or Cucurella at the beginning of the competition.
Why?
It's not because
Trippier doesn't play left back, so I'd pick Cucurella
Nobody was playing
every day of the week. How could you put Trippier at left back?
That's the first time I
This
don't
was
agree
a
with you.
terrible idea. I knew this was a terrible
every
idea.
night together, and it's the first time I did agree. I tell you.
I mean, what nonsense. Why didn't he ask me to pick the tournament?
So can you see the rest of it?
We don't know. We just focus on the left back.
I'm crying.
There we go. You see, because obviously with the form going into the tournament, this would be the starting 11.
What form going into the tournament?
But Foden was the player of the Premier League. Bellingham.
Why did you put Trippier was what?
Stop saying Trippier.
We don't have to put Lamine Yamal on the right side.
No, I think you would have Saka over
Saka.
Lamar going into the start. Thank you, Frank, for trying to.
I try to, change the subject about Lamine Yamal and Saka.
It's just, I mean, it's
This wasn't my idea.
sort of nonsense.
Change the disc between Lamine Yamal and Saka.
Right, Jules, say something.
Anyway, Colombia and Argentina.
Now, look at their combined 11s at the start of the Copa. Jules.
I thought it was a stupid idea from the beginning, but hey, anyway, I was just saying that, Grimaldo maybe would have had a shot at left back. That was my only point.
Right, that's very good.
Saka, you don't regret.
Honestly, that was.
You don't regret for coming
That was
today.
the most fun ever.
Right, that's it.
God.
Just come on. Trippier.
He's never played left back in his life, and they suddenly got him in the team.
How many times you said that in 5 minutes? How many times you said that?
It's not against him. It's against.
It's not against me. It wasn't my idea.